Hello, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. Great episode for you today. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here on the Run Your Day podcast. Today's topic inside of the theme of grind is this. What are you made of? As always, thank you for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show.
Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
All right, my friends, welcome into today's show. Going to talk about this topic of what you are made of. So before we get into this, I think I'm going to start doing this a little bit more often, where I'm sharing just a short story or parable that is directly related to the lesson or to the show of the day. I shouldn't say lesson, but the story that I wanted to share with you guys today that relates to this is something that actually happened where I currently am right now. And it was this basically a guy that I work with, won't name anyone by names, was given, a bunch of last minute tasks, very high priority stuff with quite a bit of money on the line, honestly, and was given just these very, very short deadlines, right? So high priority, short deadline things. Basically, by the end of the day, all of these things need to be done, complete, out the door, high quality, you name it, right? So as the day went on, I noticed I kind of kept an eye on him, and I was just watching his progress and just watching what he was doing, and kind of just took mental notes of what I was seeing him do. And I'll tell you, the guy is made of some special stuff, because he was able to, you could just tell, I could just tell he was able to dig deep within himself to figure out all of these things that he probably had no idea how to do. And granted, he asked for help. He sought the help of others. He, buckled down, wasn't, screwing around all day on Facebook or doing other things outside of what he was supposed to be doing. He was intently focused, very driven, and just absolutely just knocked stuff out of the park. And this was awesome to witness, because it's really, really encouraging to see not only just someone out there that does this still, but someone that actually is I'm going to date myself here, I guess, but I don't really care. So it's fun. It's fun to see someone that's, young, coming out of college, that's able to do this. And it really, really, gave me some hope and some inspiration to not only work harder myself, but to maybe help him out if he needed any help in the future, right? And it really is this. There's so many principles and things at play here, but really the one I want to focus on is this: what are you made of, right? The tough times that you go through and the obstacles that you face will reveal what is inside of you and what you are made of. It's not that you become what you are through those trials. Yeah, over time you will. The more things you go through, the more that will shape you. But those things test your character. Those things test what you are made of. That is a little back when we were in school, you would study for things, and then you would eventually take a test, and that assessed your capabilities, right? It's the same thing in everyday life. There are things that come along that will test your knowledge, that will test your capabilities as whatever, in fitness, in marriage, in careers, right? And we tend to look at these things as obstacles, as annoyances, as things that are in our way to get after what we are trying to get or what we want, right? And we can get annoyed, we can get angry with them, we can just be like, I just wish that, this guy that I'm talking about, he had every reason to just whine and complain and just be like, yeah, I'm not going to do that, or I'm just going to half-ass stuff, or I'm just going to whatever, like this isn't possible. I'm just not going to give it my all. But no, that revealed something inside of him that is, grit, that is perseverance, that is something that is not coachable, right? I shouldn't say that, not coachable, but it's not tangible, right? That is something that you have to develop yourself. No one can motivate you to be that kind of person if you aren't already. And if you aren't that kind of person that is super driven, that is super motivated, and can just absolutely take the initiative and do everything all the time, it's okay, because that is also something that can be acquired. That is something that you can teach yourself, that you can get in the habit of just by going through it. And I've been that way. I used to be a person that was never that kind of person, right? Like I would never go the extra mile. I would never come in early, stay late, do what I had to do, volunteer for extra stuff, you name it, right? I was the poster boy for like, I'm here to get to have a job, pay me what you agreed to pay me, and I'll do what you ask, and that's it. You wash my hand, I'll wash yours. And the more that I've grown and the more, positions I've been in and places I've been, I've realized the extreme error in the way that I acted all those years, and I've started to realize that, the real flaw in that thinking. And this might not be groundbreaking material for you, right? But what I want you to remember is that this principle of these situations and these different circumstances that you come against shouldn't be seen as obstacles and impediments all the time. They are revealing what you are made of, whether you realize it or not. So my question for you today is to think about this. Where in your life are you seeing obstacles as impediments rather than tests that will reveal what you're made of? So I want you to think about that today. I'm going to pose this question on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear your comments and responses to this question. Where in your life are you seeing obstacles as impediments rather than opportunities to test your capabilities? Okay, so that's what I want you to think about today. That's going to wrap up today's show. As always, Dan Hafner here, joining you on the Run Your Day podcast. Really appreciate you guys listening day in and day out. And as always, check out our Facebook page, answer the questions of the day. And until the next time, we will talk to you tomorrow. Make it a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.